Aloha, my name is Anjalie Trice, and I am the author of the Conscious Education Project, 21 Qualities to Create Dynamic Learners. Now this is a curriculum for 3rd through 10th graders, or you could go a little younger or a little older, and it's meant to be used as an adjunct program. That means it goes along with traditional academic studies. Now, who would be the person that could teach this? I call that person a facilitator. The facilitator could be a teacher in a regular traditional classroom. It could be a teacher in an alternative classroom. It could be an after-school teacher, a homeschool tutor, or a homeschool parent. You could also do this with your whole family if you have 2 or 3 children as a family project, or a grandparent could also do this along with their grandchild. So then, what is the foundation of this curriculum? The foundation of this curriculum is 21 qualities. So I chose specific qualities that I think would be really, really good to help a student become more well-rounded and more aware and more conscious in their lives. And the purpose of the curriculum is to create a dynamic learner. That's one of the purposes. I'll tell you about what I think a dynamic learner is. A dynamic learner is a student who can walk into a classroom and say, I am really strong. These are my strengths, reading and writing. These are my challenges, math, maybe taking notes, and I'm okay with those challenges. And I have learned tools to help me manage my challenges, and I have learned humility to manage my strengths. So the 21 qualities are extremely important also because we're looking at developing a well-rounded citizen of the world through this curriculum. So I'm going to read to you some of the qualities that I have chosen in my 35 plus years of teaching. And they sound like this. Energy. That means, how do we use our energy? What do we do with our energy? Connection. Who are we connected to? How do we express our connection? Our connection with the earth and with our community. Silence, meditation, and prayer. What is our way of connecting inside of ourselves? Because most people that are highly successful have their own personal way of connecting with the power inside of themselves. And we talk about that. And you can talk about that with your family or your students also. Balance. Physical balance and emotional balance. Let's see, I'm going to tell you a couple more. Respect, cooperation, which I have done a video on, which you can see on YouTube. Habits. What are your habits? How do you develop a good habit? Relationships. All of these qualities that you will be studying have deep meaning and also have ways of maybe navigating the world easier because of the study of these qualities. Many of my students, they would come to school and they would have kind of problems. They would bring problems with them from being at home, interactions in their family, or confusing social interactions with their friends. And I would have all these great things set up. I'd have learning centers, places for them to go in the classroom to learn. And sometimes they just couldn't learn. They just were not available, or they weren't conscious of other feelings, and they weren't conscious of their own feelings. So there are 2 components. There is how are we navigating the outer world, and how are we navigating our inner world? What state do we sit in? How are we confident? How do we learn confidence? How do we get rid of problems? Or not even get rid of them, how do we deal with problems when they're stopping us from being confident? As a part of the Conscious Education Project, you will receive 2 books. The first one is a facilitator manual, and it looks like this. The second book that you will receive is a student notebook, and it looks like this. Now, within the student notebook, you can do charting, and the students can do writing, and it's all in here, and you can see it. Here's an example of a page where the students can do writing. Now, there's also beautiful illustrations in these books. Both of them are illustrated the same. Let me show you an illustration for mindset and confidence. Here's that. Then there's many other illustrations. Here's another example that we use in relationship and humility. The other quality that I would like to show you that is illustrated is the quality of laughter. And here's the picture for laughter. And laughter is really the last quality because it's a universal language. When you travel, when you laugh, everyone knows how you feel. So the last thing I want to share with you about the Conscious Education Project is that there is an order to these qualities. You can study them, you can pull one out at a time and study it, or you can go in the order that I have set them in the book. And the order goes from studying outside to understanding yourself inside and connecting inside to taking that knowledge of yourself on the inside and using it in your activities and in your behavior on the outside. So that is the progression of the Conscious Education Project. So thank you very much for watching this introductory video. You're welcome to go in now and watch the videos that I've made on some of the specific qualities. Aloha.